What's up, all my movie-loving maniacs? This your boy Bangful B of The Last of the Factor, and I am back with another review of one of Barack Obama's favorite movies of 2024. As you can see, I have already seen and reviewed 3 of these movies, which you can see in a playlist that you can see on my bio. Check it out. And today I'm going to review A Complete Unknown, which I recently got around to seeing. It's the next movie that I'm crossing off this list, so let's review. A Complete Unknown is a music biopic about the life of folk singer Bob Dylan. And it just focuses on his life from 1961 to 1965, from when he became famous, when he became known to the world for his music, and then once he started switching genres, and then fans of folk music began to not like that, and so we see how he deals with that and the impact it has on the music that he makes. Now, let me be clear. I know of Bob Dylan, but I don't know much about him. In fact, his song, The Times Are Changing, which was played during the opening credits of Zack Snyder's Watchmen, that's one of my favorite opening credits of all time, and that song is a big part of it. So that's one that's one song that I know of him. And then he has another song called Waiting for You, which was played during the end credits of Divine Secrets of the Yaya Sisterhood, if you've seen that movie. But overall, I know next to nothing about the life of Bob Dylan and his music outside of those 2 songs. So when I heard that they made a movie about Bob Dylan and that Timothy Chalamet will be playing him, I was a little bit curious, and then I heard nothing but good things about this movie, so I decided to check it out. Regardless if it made Barack Obama's favorite movies of 2024. Now, I'm still processing how I feel about this movie, but overall, I actually dug this movie because it wasn't your typical music biographical film, because like I said, it just focuses on a specific section within his life from 1961 to 1965, and that's probably the era of his career that everybody is most familiar with. And there, from what I know, from what I've been told, that there's more beyond 1965. The film is directed by James Mangold, who has given us films like Walk the Line, which is another music biographical film about the life of Johnny Cash, which also makes some appearances in this movie. And he's also given us movies like Logan, Ford v Ferrari. And even though he's not particularly one of my favorite filmmakers, I do admire how he approaches films. Like, he just has this Western country type feel that he brings to his movies. Given that he already has experience with making music biographical films with Walk the Line, which is about Johnny Cash, it was a no-brainer that he could bring a movie like this to life. What I mean by this isn't your typical biographical film that is about music. What I mean by that is, like, the first half of this movie, it's basically like, all right, we know him and we know him as a person, and then his rise to fame, and then the second half of this movie is basically him switching genres, which I think anyone that is a fan of music can all relate to, no matter what genre you're in. And if there's a specific artist that is known for one thing and then he decides to switch up his sound, you either like it or you just don't like it. We can all relate to that. Because Bob Dylan, he was doing the typical folk music with the guitar, and then what made him special was the harmonica, but then he started adding more instrumentationship to his music, and then fans of folk music, they really didn't like that. But me personally, even if I'm not a fan of folk music, I can respect artists that has the balls to be like, look, I already did this already, and now I'm just feeling this, so either deal with it or fuck off. Timothy Chalamet, I thought, did an excellent job playing this character. Now, granted, again, I don't really listen to Bob Dylan or know how he is as a person, but from what I saw in this movie, I thought he did an excellent job. And I think we can all agree that Timothy Chalamet, he is one of those actors that is not necessarily in danger, but on the verge of being in danger of being overexposed. But until that truly happens, I am on the Timothy Chalamet train, and he is just excellent in anything you put him in. One of those young up-and-coming actors that will execute the excitement to the best of his ability, and I felt he really did that here. And I actually wouldn't be mind if he got an Oscar for this movie. But what I feel Timothy Chalamet did an excellent job with this movie is showing how Bob Dylan, he never wanted to be famous, he just wanted to make music and help people. You also got Edward Norton, who plays Pete Seeger, who, again, another artist that I don't know. Again, I don't listen to folk music, but Aaron Norton, he is, for the most part, always good in anything you put him in. Billy Holbrook plays Johnny Cash, and I honestly did not know that was Billy Holbrook. He was honestly unrecognizable. And to my everlasting shame, I have not seen Walk the Line, but from the bit of scenes that he has in this movie as Johnny Cash, I thought he did excellent, and he does play a part in Bob Dylan story in this movie. Of course, there's a love triangle in this movie. You got Monica Barato, please forgive me. She plays Joan Baez, and she's kind of a love interest, but also kind of a rival to Bob Dylan. Finally, Elle Fanning plays Sylvie, in which she is a true love interest for Bob Dylan in this movie, and well, she was his love interest in real life, but at the same time, she wants to be with Bob Dylan, but at the same time, she just can't deal with all the fame that came with it, though. Overall, Elle Fanning, she is one of those young actresses that just gets better and better with time, and I like seeing her and stuff like this. There truly is a lot to admire in this movie, but I guess my biggest gripe with the movie is that it focuses on him as an artist, but we don't really get to know him as a person. And that's probably the goal of the movie, but at the same time, it just left me feeling a little bit more. Just kind of left a little sour taste in my mouth, that's all. This film definitely feels like the 60s. As for how this movie made Barack Obama's favorites of 2024, again, I don't know. I don't know him, but I can only imagine that it just took him back to a time in his life, and plus he just likes what Bob Dylan stood for. Like again, he didn't want to be famous. He just wanted to make music. There's multiple scenes of Bob Dylan going to this hospital of another folk singer. He is bedridden. He has an illness, and Bob Dylan, he just comes in along with Pete Seeger, and they sing songs to him just to make him feel better. And I'm sure that's what Barack Obama gravitated towards, as well as Bob Dylan wanted to switch up his sound. Overall, I really vibed with this movie, and I highly recommend it. I'm gonna give A Complete Unknown a very mid hard eyes emoji, and I'm giving it a mid hard eyes emoji because again, I just wish that the movie would tell us just a little bit more about Bob Dylan. Overall, the movie still did what it set out to do, was just highlight him as an artist in his career. Thank y'all so much for watching. Have you seen A Complete Unknown? If so, let me know what you think of the film in the comment section below. And that X's off another movie off this list. And the next one I'm thinking about watching is either Conclave or Didi. I've heard a lot of good things about those two movies, so let me know which one you think I should watch in the comment section below. As always, if you like this video and you want to see more, like, comment, share, subscribe. What do you think of these films that made President Obama's list? This is your boy Bankful B of The Last Factor. Stay safe, wash your hands, peace.